Welcome into First and Final Thoughts, one of our weekly columns with a title that's a little too on the nose. Here we'll have insider J.J Stankevitz, producer Cam Ellis, and a rotating cast of NBC Sports Chicago's Bears team give some insight into what's on their minds between games. Final Thoughts Stankevitz. From a pure talent perspective, the Bears look like they have what it takes to make a run at the playoffs, so long as they get better play out of their quarterback. What this defense did in the second half against Arizona was remarkable. Interception, interception, forced fumble, interception, game-ending sack. Khalil Mack really is making an already talented group of players that much better. We know what the Bears have in Jordan Howard and Derek Cohen, and Allen Robinson and Taylor Gabriel have done well to get open. So it comes down to if Trubisky can play better than he has in the first 3 weeks of the season. If he does, the Bears are legitimate contenders in the NFC. If not, there's a ceiling on how good 2018 really can be. Ellis. While the Bears' front seven gets most of the attention, their secondary has had their share of impressive performances so far. Both of the Bears' wins this year have been sealed by interceptions. Prince Amukamara's back-breaking pick six versus Seattle and Bryce Callahan's pick of Josh Rosen just outside of field goal range. They still give up too many big plays, but Football Outsiders ranks them as the fifth best pass defense in football. Callahan looks particularly good this year, which is well-timed considering Kyle Fuller's relative struggles to start the season. First Thoughts Stankevitz. No matter who's playing quarterback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they're going to provide quite a test for the Bears' secondary. Wide receivers Mike Evans, 23 catches, 367 yards, 3 TDs, and Deshaun Jackson, 12 catches, 312 yards, 3 TDs, are playing like the best 1-2 combo in the league. And then add in tight end O.J. Howard, 11 catches, 222 yards, 1 TD, and receiver Chris Godwin, 13 catches, 171 yards, 3 TDs, and it's clear how many weapons the Bucs have for Ryan Fitzpatrick or, if he gets the nod, Jameis Winston. The status of Prince Amukamara, hamstring, will be critical to watch this week, as Marcus Cooper, who didn't play against Arizona, has been picked on when he's played in a Bears uniform, and undrafted rookie Kevin Tolliver too had some issues against the Cardinals. But hey, it's just as we all predicted in August, right? The first-place Bears face the first-place Bucs in Week 4. It'll be a fun one. Ellis, keeping on the theme of tests, this week provides a strangely unique one for the Bears. Reports out of Tampa currently are that the Buccaneers won't announce who their starting quarterback is until Sunday morning. Whether it's Jameis Winston or Ryan Fitzpatrick, the Bears have to spend time this week preparing for both. It's not like their styles of play overlap much, either. It's an interesting wrinkle to the usual week of pre-game practices and meetings. My guess is that they'd rather prep for one of the Winston-Fitzpatrick combo than Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady later in October, but still, first things first, getting some ancient history out of the way but also looking at it in a different light. Turns out Al Logans may not have been an idiot or John Fox an offensive restrictor plate, either, in the matter of using and developing Mitchell Trubisky. They in fact appear to have known some things that Matt Nagy and Mark Helfrich are finding out about one young NFL quarterback, that Trubisky simply isn't particularly accurate or effective going downfield with his passes. At least, not yet. The Bears did their ongoing do analytics through Trubisky's rookie year. In the requisite pursuit of putting a player in the best chance to have success, they determined what he wasn't good at, and trimmed back much of the field from his scripting and play Rolodex early. The sense now is that Nagy also may be doing just that with Trubisky. Something never made complete sense, that Logans had thrown the ball around Soldier and other fields more than 61% of the time with Jay Cutler, Brian Hoyer and Matt Barkley. Yet with a talent like Trubisky, he was calling only a more balanced 53% passing. The accuracy reality helps you understand some of the reason why the young QB just hadn't really thrown accurately down the field, or anywhere, for that matter, looking at his 59.4% completion rate even with the top of the field dialed back. Downfield accuracy can be a quirky thing. Rex Grossman, for instance, was quixotically more accurate when passes were directed longer than 15 yards, yet maddeningly scattershot on, say, bubble screens. Trubisky is not that. Most quarterbacks aren't, but positive plays are the objective, wherever they lie for the particular thrower. But all of that's not really important now. Just looking at Trubisky with some perspective, the downfield accuracy that's a true work in progress wasn't there then. And best guess is that Fox, Logan's and the rest of the staff weren't going to tell Charles Leno, Bobby Massey, Cody Whitehair or anyone else on offense to get their bodies pounded just so the kid could learn how to throw deep. The point was, and is, to win the game. Thank you, Herman Edwards. More to matters of more recent perspective. Using the right evaluation scales, one simple, well, maybe not completely simple, fact is that Mitch Trubisky is improving, and in many respects, substantially, even as frustration and dissecting continue. First, a note of explanation: evaluating Trubisky against expectations, even for a number 2 overall pick, isn't useful. Neither is evaluating him strictly vis-a-vis other young quarterbacks. What's useful is evaluating Trubisky versus Trubisky, number 1, and number 2, more important, is the team winning with him? The answer to no. 2 is yes, 2 wins in 3 games, being within on defensive stop of having his team 3-0, that's it, yes. He had his team 2-1 last year after 3 starts, albeit against better competition, Minnesota, Baltimore, Carolina, so he is at least as winish as he was as a rookie. As to number 1, the footwork isn't where he or his coaches want it. Neither is his decision-making, nor the accuracy thing. But evaluating Trubisky against Trubisky and not Allen, Mahomes, Watson or anyone else, the point is signs of improvement. Consider, in his first 3 starts last season, Trubisky barely qualified for an accurate or productive. In his first 3 starts this season, he's earned both, even with his distance issues. 2017, 2018 CMP yards. CMP yards GM 148.0%, 128 65.7%, 171 gigameters to 50.0%, 113 73.5, 200 gigameters 357.1%, 107 68.6, 220. Even with a couple of untoward throws and interceptions, his int rate is still a respectable if not great 2.9%. Trubisky's meaningful arrows are pointing up when compared to where he finished that rookie season, when he went out 1-2 with declining performances. GM 1467.4%, 314 gigameters 1560.9%, 193 gigameters 1655.6%, 178. Putting a final assessment of Trubisky is still quite some weeks off for 2018, and quite some time longer for what he is big picture. But in the meantime, comparing Mitch Trubisky, 17 to Mitch Trubisky, 18, the new one is better. The Bears had 3 possessions enter the red zone in Sunday's 16-14 win over the Arizona Cardinals, but only managed 10 points on those drives. Another pair of possessions stalled just outside the red zone, leading to Cody Parkey attempting 4 field goals, making 3, with explosive plays hard to come by for this offense. An emphasis this week will be converting long drives that get into the red zone into touchdowns, not field goals. Against Arizona, though, we can see in 2 different plays, 2 quarters apart, how far the Bears have to go in the red zone, but also how this group can find success. We'll start with a play that caught some attention on Twitter during the game. At the top of the screen, 3 Cardinals defenders are lined up across from a group of 4 Bears: Anthony Miller, Trey Burton, Taylor Gabriel and Derek Cohen, in a diamond stack formation. At the bottom of the screen, Allen Robinson is lined up in single coverage against Cardinals cornerback Jamar Taylor. Trubisky takes the snap and doesn't look to his right, only identifying Robinson in single coverage and lofting a pass to him on a fade route. Coming down with jump balls, 50-50 balls in the end zone are a strength of Robinson's, but Trubisky's throw doesn't give him the best opportunity to make the catch. It's worth noting that linebacker Josh Bynes' yellow arrow does immediately break left when the ball is snapped, and even if the play was blocked well by the other three guys on that side of the field, it wouldn't have been guaranteed to be a touchdown. There are some advantage throws, there's some choices on that play, Nagy said. So that's where he decided to go with the ball, and so we didn't execute that play. We gotta regroup and pick another one. Asterisk, 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 asterisk. Alright, on to a well-called and well-executed play in the red zone. Trubisky lines up in the shotgun with Cohen, blue arrow, to his right, and Benny Cunningham, green arrow, to his left, with Robinson, yellow arrow, on the near side. Trubisky takes the snap and flows to his right, and binds white arrow, drifts that way. Center Cody Whitehair, red arrow, gets 2 yards beyond the line of scrimmage and has to determine if he's going to block Bynes or linebacker Gerald Hodges. By the time Cohen accelerates near the line of scrimmage, Hodges, white arrow, is too far away to make the play. Whitehair, red circle, blocks Bynes. You gotta read the most dangerous guy and make your decision from there, Whitehair said. I felt like the guy a little bit to my left. Bynes was the most dangerous guy with the misdirection play. Cunningham, green circle, lands a strong block on safety Antoine Bethia, which triggers the play. I knew as soon as he called it that I could trust in Benny Cunningham to make the most important block, so when he made that block I knew I had to cut off that and just keep running for the end zone, Cohen said. Worth noting, had Hodges not been fooled by the misdirection on the play, he could have been able to crash toward the line of scrimmage and make a stop. It was a good setup by Coach Nagy, Whitehair said. If a defense is flowing hard like they were, it was a good time to use it. Cohen, meanwhile, reads that Robinson's momentum in his block of Taylor is going to the sideline, so he cuts back over Robinson's inside shoulder. Even with safety Trey Boston, black arrow, crashing down on the play, Boston gets his hands on Cohen around the 4-yard line, and Cohen is eventually tackled at the 1 for a gain of 17 yards. Jordan Howard finishes the drive off on the next play with the Bears' only touchdown of the game. Still, I was supposed to get in there, Cohen said. I smelled it.